That was so much fun today! I can't believe it! Where should we go next? Maybe we should go on a trip?
Nelly, I really think that it is time that you do something about your constant lateness.
What? What are you even talking about?
Are you trying to tell me that you really have no idea what I am talking about? I mean, you were a whole hour late today. I mean, that's not just being tardy anymore.
Oh, right, that. Yeah, I am so sorry about that. I just kind of took a nap and then I lost track of time. But I mean, come on. An hour is nothing in the grand scheme of things, right?
But it wasn't just that, Nelly. You didn't tell us anything about an ETA. So then we finally gave up on waiting for you and ordered water. Just waters. And then you finally showed up late only to get upset with us for ordering before you arrived.
But I mean, come on. Don't you think it is a little mean not to wait until everyone has arrived?
In what way do you think what we did was mean?
I mean, you all show up, don't even bother to check if I am on my own, and just go ahead and order without me? I thought we were all supposed to be friends here.
What are you even talking about right now?
I mean, at the very absolute least, you could have told the restaurant that you were expecting one more person and waited for me, right?
I seriously do not know if you are being serious about all of this right now.
What do you mean? Am I not being clear or something? I am just saying that it really hurt my feelings and made me feel like you guys really didn't care whether or not I was even there.
Did you even read what I sent to you earlier? Besides, how are we the bad guys here when you haven't even apologized for being late?
No, I really don't know what you were talking about. I think you were just trying to pin the blame on me. I mean, it's not like that was an excuse. It is not like I wanted to be late, you know?
But you always are late. Every single time. I mean, I am just saying that I wish you would be a little more careful about being on time.
I do try to be on time all the time, but it is not that simple. Besides, I was only a little late this time, so it's no big deal.
Well, I really do not think that being a whole hour late counts as just a little.
So I guess you're just trying to tell me that I really don't matter all that much as a friend to you. Huh.
Wow. Are you being serious with that right now?
Well, if you really cared about me, then you would think about my feelings a little more. A good friend would have waited. But since none of you bothered waiting, all that tells me is how little I really mattered to you and the girls.
I can't believe what I am hearing. Are you really trying to pull this on me right now? Do you not even think that you are in the wrong even the slightest today?
No, of course I wasn't. How would I even be? Anyways, where are we going to go for our trip this time?
Wait, what are you talking about now?
Well, when I showed up, you all stopped talking right away. But I knew that you were all planning some kind of trip. So, where are we going?
How did you even know about that?
Don't underestimate how sensitive my ears are. I can hear everything. I heard you all talking the moment I walked into the store. You were all talking about taking a trip overseas, weren't you?
Well, yes. Yes, we were in fact talking about taking a trip overseas. We thought it would be fun to take a trip to the Bahamas.
The Bahamas? Oh wow, that sounds amazing! I am looking forward to it.
So you are saying that you want to come along with us?
What are you talking about? Of course I am going. We are all going together, aren't we? For how long are you talking about here?
We were planning on staying for 4 days. But since it is an international flight, you really can't be late or else there is no getting on the plane. Do you really think you can swing the timing of getting on an international flight?
Oh, please. You are too much sometimes. Of course I will be on time. There is no way I would be late for something this important.
Really? Well, if you say so.
Have you already booked your flights and made the hotel reservations?
We were going through a travel company to do all of that, actually.
Got it. Well then, can you call them and tell them you are adding one more person to your party? If they haven't made any reservations yet, it shouldn't really be an issue for them, right?
Are you serious? You really want me to do this again? I already had to deal with the restaurant today about changing our reservations for you. Though I don't think you remember me having to do that.
Oh, did you really have to do something like that? You are right. I really don't remember hearing about that at all.
I figured as much. You typically just remember things in whatever way suits you best.
Well, anyways, I am not going to miss a trip like this with my girls, so don't try and exclude me from your plans this time. Got it?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. I will tell the rest of the ladies that you are going to go. Just make sure you pay your part of the reservations, okay? And also make sure that you aren't late.
Come on, it'll be fine. You are worrying about all of this far too much.
Hey, Nellie. Where did you run off to? We are all about to head out and grab some dinner. We tried knocking on your door, but you didn't answer. Are you still in there?
Oh, sorry! I actually am not in the hotel anymore. I stepped out already.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Where did you go?
Well, it has just been so long since I have been overseas. And you all seemed like you wanted to rest a bit. But I still was ready to do things, so I just went out on my own.
Oh, okay, I see. So then you're just going to be doing your own thing this evening?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have a me day from now. I'll go out and do some shopping and just have some fun by myself.
Okay, that is no problem. And it's a good thing you made it on time to catch the flight today, huh?
I told you that I would, didn't I?
Sure, but you only just made it, remember? I mean, you showed up 30 minutes later than you said you would, and they barely let you board, so you were cutting it close.
Yeah, but I made it, so it really doesn't matter anyways, does it?
Okay, well, anyways. Tomorrow morning we have a tour scheduled, so please don't sleep in.
I won't, don't worry. Just swing by my room to wake me up, please.
I think you are more than capable of waking yourself up on time, no?
Okay, thanks for doing that. See you tomorrow.
Did you even read what I just said? Hello, Nellie? Are you there? Have you woken up? Hello? Nellie? Are you awake yet? We tried knocking on your door, but you wouldn't answer. Are you getting ready? Well, anyways, we can't make the tour guide wait any longer, so we will be going now. Let us know if something happened to you, okay?
Good morning, Laurie. I woke up, but have all of you gone already? Did you all leave me behind?
Well, we had another tour today, and we weren't about to make another tour guide wait for you to finally wake up.
You always do this! You always leave me behind for these things. I really wish you would just stop and include me for once.
What are you talking about? I told you what the schedule would be for this trip and that we had a tour today. I told you that it was something that we couldn't be late for.
Well, duh! I know we had tours and stuff, but why didn't you just cancel them for me?
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
I mean, why didn't you cancel them and just wait for me to wake up so that we could all do something together? I mean, have you even really been trying to wake me up these mornings? You have just been trying to leave me out of everything this whole time.
Okay, this has gone on long enough. Anyways, we are already in the middle of the tour right now. If you want to go out and do your own thing at night, that is no problem at all. But we have told you again and again when we have had things scheduled for the morning.
Okay, fine. Just wait for me tomorrow, okay?
We are not going to do that. We have a plane to catch tomorrow. So please make sure that you actually wake up on time. What is it? Do you have any idea what time it is? Well, what do you need? Why are you calling me right now? You know what? Never mind. Oh, come on! What could you possibly be mad at me for this time? No, really. It's nothing. I promise. What? Don't tell me there was another tour today or something. Did you cancel it for me like I asked? It wasn't a tour. And just what were you doing last night? Oh, right. We're supposed to be flying home today, right? Did you guys all go out to do some last-minute shopping or something? Are you all out buying souvenirs? Nellie, where are you right now? Oh, man. I actually drank so much last night. I just woke up. I'm still at the hotel. I'm going to start getting ready to leave. I'll head out in like 3 hours, okay? No, it's not okay. We are all already back home. Wait, what do you mean by that? Nellie, are you still in the hotel in the Bahamas? Wait, no. Hold on. What do you mean you're all already back home? Like, home? Home? What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just that. Our flight home was hours ago. We tried to wake you up by knocking on your door, but you just wouldn't come to answer it. And when we finally realized that you weren't going to be answering it, we finally had to leave to catch our flight. I had a feeling that you were still at the hotel, though. Wait. My head is spinning. So, you are trying to tell me that you left me all alone in this hotel and flew back without me? So you're finally starting to get it? I really do not even know why we agreed to let you come along with us on this trip. What do you mean by that? I mean that you wanted so badly to come with us on our trip, and then you just slept in until the afternoon every single day we were there. You completely ignored the schedule that we made and insisted on going off to do your own thing, and even ended up cheating on your husband while you were here. I mean, wow! I just don't even know what to say after this week. Whoa! What did you just say? Did you really think none of us would find out about it? I mean, these walls are not that thick, you know. Besides, Vicky saw you bringing a guy into your room with you last night. Wait, what? What are you talking about? She even took a picture of the guy and sent it to me. Wait, what? She took a picture of me with this guy? I'm so confused. That's what I should be saying, not you. Did you really just want to come along with us on this trip just so that you could find a guy to hook up with? Did you lie to all of us just so that you could have your little affair? No! Of course not! I would never lie to you all! Well, then I think you have quite a bit of explaining to do, given your actions. Not only that, but you would always get mad at us just for following the schedule that we set out with at the beginning of this trip. And to top it all off, you still haven't paid your share for all the reservations. So, why don't you pay for the hotel and find your own way home? Although I imagine that at this point they are going to charge you for an extra day. What do you mean? But it isn't like you can use the same ticket that you originally had to get home. So I have no idea how you are going to get back here. But once you do, don't bother talking to us ever again. We really want nothing more to do with you from here on out. Hey, come on! You don't need to take things that far. No need to be so cruel. I am sorry. I apologized. Please, you need to help me. What should I do? Actually, I don't need to help you. And by the way, we are going to be taking our concrete evidence of you cheating on your husband and show it to him. What? You are going to show those pictures to my husband? Yes. And then we are going to be sending you an invoice to pay for your share of the trip that you still owe us. Otherwise, I doubt you'll ever actually bother paying us. It's not like that. You have got it all wrong. Of course I will pay for whatever you want. Just please don't show anything to my husband. Well, if we don't explain to him what happened, then how are you supposed to explain to him why you didn't come back with us? And how are you going to get back here anyways?
Well, sure, but this has nothing to do with you anyways. Can't you just leave it alone?
Nothing to do with us? Who do you think paid for you to come on this trip in the first place? And all you've done while here is sleep in every day until you missed your own flight by 3 hours. Everything that is happening to you now is all your fault. If you had just gotten on the plane with us, then at least you could have avoided some of this trouble. But it is too late for you to say anything now.
Wait. No, please. Just listen to me. I didn't do anything bad. It was just a little mistake. You don't have to do this.
Maybe now you will finally reflect a bit about not showing up late to everything. I think it is a good chance for you to finally learn your lesson.
I promise that I will never do anything like this again. I've reflected. I won't ever be late. Just please don't do this to me.
I already told you that it is too late. Besides, we all agree that your husband has a right to know what you did. I'm sure he would love to hear all about how you spent your vacation with all of us.
But... no. Please. Oh, what should I do? I'm not a bad person, I promise.
I don't see how you can think that when all you ever do is cause trouble for the people around you. Maybe if you really took the time to reflect, then you might just be able to turn your life around.
What should I do? I don't have a ticket back home, and even if I did go home, if you really do tell my husband, then my life will be over.
Well, I only hope you can see how you have done this to yourself with your behavior. I mean, do you even realize how much trouble you cause for everyone with your attitude? You were hungover every day of this trip and sleeping in to sleep it off. A healthy, normal person doesn't do that sort of thing.
But I apologized already, didn't I? You can't just blame me for everything.
I won't blame you for anything else.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I won't blame you because I don't want anything to do with you ever again.
No, please! You can't do this to me. You have to help me!
We're going to have your husband pay us back what you owe. And then we never want to see you ever again. Good luck getting home. And try not to be late for your next flight. Nellie was furious at all of us for leaving her behind in the Bahamas. But no matter how hard she tried to reach out and talk to us, she found that she was being ignored by everyone. And after us ex-friends showed Nellie's husband the picture of the local that she had hooked up with on her trip, that was it for her marriage as well. Although he did come around and agreed to buy her a ticket for a flight back home, when she came back he only met her at the airport to hand over the divorce papers.
My mom just passed away. The person that would always laugh with me when there would be happy things in life, and the person that would cry with me when there are sad things in life. She'd be there for me. My mom breathed her last breath. She's gone forever now. I'll never be able to see her again, at least not on Earth. She can't hold my hand now, and she can't touch my face anymore. She went to somewhere that's unreachable for me. She looks as if she's sleeping peacefully, but no matter how many times I called out for her, she won't wake up anymore and ask me what's going on. It feels like my heart has a gigantic hole in it. I feel so lonely and deserted all by myself, I can't stand it.
Is that so? Well, it's inevitable that all living beings face death. That's just nature. There's nothing that us humans can do something about it. Think of it as something positive. She's been suffering from an illness for a long time, and now she's free from it. She's resting now and found peace somewhere else that's much better than here. Don't be so sad about it. It was for the better. You need to think positively.
What did you just say? Did you really mean that?
She's found her way back to father-in-law. Her husband, I bet she's much happier wherever she is at right now. Honestly, it's much better that this has happened because she would have had to suffer who knows how long. Her having to be in agonizing pain that couldn't even be suppressed by painkillers, it's not worth it. Also, it isn't like she died young. She passed away after living for a long time. This death wasn't a bad death. It was more of a good death.
What? Are you being serious right now? A good death? How can you say that she didn't die young, so it's a good thing? She's only 63. That's much younger than the average life expectancy that we see in the modern day. All she did her whole life was work, work, work. But you call this a good death rather than a bad death? She didn't even get a chance to finally go and do something that she wanted. She didn't get rewarded for the hard work that she's done for her whole life. I feel like I haven't done enough for her, and that I should have been given more time to spend with her. There are still so many things that I wanted to do with her. The fact that I've lost that chance makes my heart shatter into pieces. But you say that her death was a good death? Don't you also have a mother of your own? Would you have said the same thing if this was about your mom and not mine?
I'm sorry, I think I might have come off in the wrong way. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry for making you think that I was insulting you or something. You're misunderstanding me. I'll try to be the best husband that there could be so that you can heal from this incident, so please don't be so mad. I don't think it's the right thing for us to be arguing when mother-in-law has passed.
So when are you going to come to the funeral then? The service will be held soon enough. Are you on your way yet?
About that, I don't know what to tell you, but I told my mom about how mother-in-law has passed away, and she told me that I dare not show up to the funeral. It's not like even if I attend the funeral, she'll come back to life. Plus, my mom told me that there's nothing that I can really do even if I show up to the funeral anyway.
What? Did she really say that? So, her in-law passed away, but not only is she not going to be attending the funeral, you won't come to the funeral either. What kind of ill-mannered crap is that? I've never heard of such a thing before in my life. That's ridiculous.
You know my mom is like a little girl. She's a scaredy cat and has bad reflexes. She wouldn't do well at a setting like a funeral service.
So, she's not going to show up to my mom's funeral is what she's saying, huh? Does she not remember what happened when your father passed away? Your mom was so devastated about his death that my mom took care of most of the administrative processes for the funeral. How can someone be so backwards like that? Now that the tables have turned, she doesn't want to repay my mom for what she's done for her?
I told you, my mom is just different than your mom. My mom is sensitive and timid. She isn't the type to do well at a funeral. It's just a bunch of bad vibes going on. Your mom was strong, so she wasn't really affected by it that much. You need to understand and get over the differences in people. Just because your mom helped out like that doesn't mean that my mom can either. Why are you making it look like she owes your mom? It's a little forced, don't you think?
Wow. Okay, cool. I understand. I'm not going to waste my energy on trying to make someone that doesn't want to come to my mom's funeral come to it. But don't you think that it's a little too rude that you don't want to come to the funeral either? Isn't it common sense that you should attend your mother-in-law's funeral? In what world does a son-in-law not attend their mother-in-law's funeral? I've never heard of such a thing, unless it's an emergency. And it's all because you'll catch bad vibes? I'm already messed up and weary from having to deal with her passing. Stop torturing me by being stupid and just come to the funeral.
What if I catch some bad energy because I went to the funeral? I don't want something like that to happen. I might get unlucky and die or something, and I don't want to die yet. I have things to do in my life.
What the hell are you talking about? You were the one that didn't miss a single minute of the funeral that took place for your dad.
That's only because it's my dad's funeral. I'm also his oldest. I'm sure that if there were any demons or some evil spirits that came by, my dad would have protected me from them, so I could count on him when I went to the funeral. That's why I was able to get over being scared and be present for that one. It's different for your mom. I mean, think about it. It's just a label that she's my mother-in-law, but in reality, she really is a stranger at the end of the day. There's no blood related with that. Also, she has her own kids that can't attend the funeral for her. Why do I have to show up and act like I'm sad?
So you're gonna insist on not coming is what you're saying, huh? Sure, let's just say that I understand where you're coming from, so I let it slide. But don't you think that you should at least say goodbye to her for one last time? Why would I want to continue living the rest of my life with some guy that can't even say goodbye to my mom passing away?
Okay, then tell me when the funeral service nears the end so that I can come say goodbye. I'll at least show up since you really want me to.
I'm an ordinary woman who's been married for 3 years now, coming up on my 32nd birthday this year. I loved my husband, so I got married to him. And besides the little clash that I have with my mother-in-law here and there, I thought that my marriage wasn't too bad at the end of the day. When my mom passed away, my husband acted like a stranger and told me that he wasn't going to come. and didn't consider even one bit about how I was feeling about the whole situation. I was so shocked about how rude and ill-mannered he was. He refused to show up to the funeral service, even though my mom was present for his father's. Although it made me resentful of him because of the way that he acted, I was too busy mourning the death of my mother that I didn't have much energy to even argue with my husband about his behavior. I really didn't think that he'd refuse to show up to the funeral like that, even if his mom told him not to go. He wasn't the person that I thought he was. I couldn't believe that my husband would do that to me. I lost all the trust and faith that I had in him, and he really didn't show up at all to the service, just like he said that he wouldn't. Where are you, and what in the world are you doing right now? Didn't you say you'd at least come here at the end of the funeral service? How could you really not show up at all? This is your mother-in-law. My mom passed away. Do you know how shameful it is every time when somebody asks me where you're at? I don't even know what to say to them. What, that you're scared of getting haunted by spirits?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the funeral. My mom's telling me that her back's killing her right now, so I had to take her to the doctor.
Are you trying to purposefully get on my nerves or what? Does she not have anybody else to take her? You literally have siblings. Her back's been chronic for how long now? Was it really going to be a problem if someone else took her instead? So, for one, you're not going to even say goodbye to my mom, but you're going to dismiss the opportunity to do that by using your mom as an excuse when someone else could take her to the hospital.
Why are you twisting the situation so much? You're making me look like a bad guy right now, as if I deliberately tried to not come to the funeral. Just like you have feelings for your mom passing away, I have feelings for my mom having a hard time because her back is giving her a hard time. Why are you being so uptight and petty about a son bringing his mom to the hospital because she's in pain? Also, don't you think that you should focus on people that are alive and living right now than the people that are in the past now?
You act as if my mom didn't do anything for you at all when she was alive. Every time you came over, she'd make you your favorite food and send us back home with money in your pocket. Hasn't she done enough for you to at least come to her funeral?
I know that she liked me and I was trying to go at the end of the day, so don't forget about that. But my mom's having a hard time right now. What else could I have done? Dead people are gonna stay dead and living people are going to live on.
So you're really not gonna come is what you're saying.
Stop acting like I'm not going because I don't want to. I can't go because I literally am not capable of showing up right now. Your brother and you are both at the funeral, so it doesn't really make much of a difference whether I go or not at this point. Quit bugging me about this and stop villainizing me. It's getting annoying.
I don't have anything else to say to you. Fine, don't come. You don't have to. I doubt that my mom would want to see you at her funeral anyway.
Don't be too sad or else it'll hurt your mom's feelings. When I get done with the hospital, I'll text you back.
I had no idea that my husband would turn out to be such a cold-hearted human being who doesn't care for the dead. But I had at least a little bit of hope left that he would show up when he told me. However, he ended up not showing up to the funeral. The man that I got married to because I trusted and loved betrayed me for something that I had no idea would be the reason. I wasn't expecting something like this to happen, and that he'd be so selfish and unempathetic. When this happened, the love that I had for my husband was gone in an instant. It was unbelievable. I decided to get a divorce with him. I had even more depressing things to deal with after the funeral itself.
Are you still at the funeral? We just got back from the doctor, but it seems like she's in a lot of pain today. She's telling me that she doesn't have the energy to make dinner. She says that she wants to eat some spaghetti and meatballs that you make. When are you going to be back home? Make sure to hit up the store and get the materials on your way back if you don't have the stuff already at home. She's waiting on you, all starving.
Honestly, I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but are you brain dead? Do you really expect me to make dinner for you guys after you've made a mockery out of my mother's death by disrespecting her like this? You didn't even have the common sense to tell me any encouraging words to make me feel better about the whole situation, and went as far as to not coming to my mother's funeral either. And you're trying to make me cook dinner for you two now? Go and get some groceries, huh? Are you kidding me right now? You must think that I'm some kind of a joke, don't you? You didn't even have a sense of dignity to at least be thankful to my mom for the things that she's done for you. And it turns out that at the same time, you don't have any respect for me either.
No, I said that I'm not going because I don't want that whole bad energy and demon stuff to get inside of me and whatnot. What would you do if I ended up dying because I caught something at the funeral? Your mom would be so upset to see what happened to you in the afterlife. She's trying her best to find peace, so let's not argue with one another and worry her about us anymore.
Don't put my mom's name in your mouth. I want to thread your mouth shut right now, but I can't. So just get out of my face and keep quiet.
How can you say something like that? It's rude and condescending. I understand how you feel right now, but you're going a little overboard with your wording. If the funeral's done, come back home now. If you don't feel like stopping by the store, I'll go and get the materials myself. You just cook it. Is that good enough for you?
I said that I can't go right now. I'm talking about the inheritance stuff with my lawyer right now, so stop bugging me.
Inheritance? Did she have something that she left behind? What kind of property did she own? I thought she was poor.
Poor? My mom. Don't you know that she saved up a lot of money with my dad? It's nearing around $800,000. She saved and didn't waste even a dime if it wasn't needed to be spent, so that she could pass it down to us.
Wow, is that true? Well, she was living in a small house and didn't seem to own anything expensive, so I thought she didn't have a lot of money. She really seemed like the peasant type, but I guess it was just a facade. I can't believe it.
What are you being so excited about? What does me inheriting stuff from my mom have anything to do with you?
Oh, don't talk like that now. We're husband and wife. What's yours is mine too. I'll head over to where you are right now. You're still at the funeral service, right? Just wait a moment. I'll be on my way now.
You don't have to.
I want to as the man. I don't want your brother to be taking all of the money.
First of all, my brother's not the type to be greedy, so don't get it wrong. It has nothing to do with you how much I inherit or not, so take your nose out of my business.
What?
I'm gonna finish up whatever's going on here and go ahead and start the divorce process, so I hope you're ready for that.
What are you talking about all of a sudden, babe? Divorce? There's no way that you would do something like that. I won't accept it. I have no thought of getting divorced with you, so don't try anything funky.
I don't care if you accept it or not. I don't have the confidence that I'll be able to live on with you for the rest of my life after seeing the type of person you are. Not only were you no help when I am in a bad place because of my mom's passing, but you refused to even come to her funeral? I can't live with someone like that. What's crazy is that as soon as I bring up the topic of me inheriting a bunch of money, you want to suddenly show up to the funeral? You've proven yourself for what a horrible human you are to me, so I don't want to see you or your mom's face right now. Don't try to convince me to not get a divorce. I've already made my mind up, and it is over between us.
Did we really do that much of a wrong to you to be hearing something like this? What is so wrong about putting the life of the people that are still alive first before the dead ones? I was just doing my duty as a son. Is me being a good son really that bad enough of a reason to be getting divorced from you?
You're not in a position to be debating what's right and wrong right now. I'm tired and annoyed with you, so just get the divorce and have fun living the rest of your life with your mom, fulfilling your duty as a son.
Babe, that's not what I meant. You know this. I'll head over there right now, so let's talk about this in person.
Don't come over here. I don't care, and I've already made up my mind. My husband kept talking about how he doesn't want to get divorced, but as soon as my brother inherited all of the money, he didn't look back and agreed to getting the divorce. He didn't have any excuses to stay with me anymore. My brother was living with my mom and took her in even after he got married, and my sister-in-law did her best to take care of my mom when she was fighting her illness. There were no regrets in letting my brother have all of the money. Money can be made again, so it doesn't really matter after all. Meanwhile, my ex has been living with his mom again after he got divorced from me. His mom's been lazy, complaining about her hurting here and there all the time. He got tired of her very soon and wanted to get remarried to me, but I refused it right away and cut him off. I guess it's true that once you go through a big incident, your relationships with people become more clear to see. Those that will stay, and those that'll be gone will be gone. The only thing is that I didn't know that would be with my marriage, all because my ex decided to not come to my mom's funeral. I want to live on to make my mom happy, wherever she might be at right now. And this was my story that made me into the person that I am today.